Keepers nervous, strikers, they'll deliver. Crowd roars erupted, you can feel the quake. 80,000 voices.
Hello there, Nigerian football fans and football fans everywhere. In today's video, I'll be talking about 3 exciting young players. You can call them wing wizards, as we used to call them back in the day. You know, these 3 players are very, very exciting, and I think they have something to offer to Eric Chelle in the long run, but more generally to the Nigerian football ecosystem. So, number 1 is Chelle. Second is Emmanuel, and then Jude Sunday. Now, Chelle used to play for Remo Stars and Beyond Limits before his move to Flamingo. His move is a very, very interesting one, in my opinion, because usually you expect Nigerian players to head to maybe a Norway or Denmark, through that Scandinavian football route, or go to France, or maybe on the off chance, like Kelechi Iheanacho, go to a Manchester City academy and then grow from there. But definitely you don't expect a Nigerian footballer to go to South America. But that's where he's gone, and he's been very, very good, and he's made his debut. He's made his debut for, Flamingo, and he's been very impressive in my opinion. But once again, he's still only 20 or 21, so he's not yet the finished product, but I think he's someone that can definitely contribute, and his biggest or his best attribute is his electrifying pace. And for me, as a winger, if you've got that pace, then you've got a chance. So I think he's someone that can be used to the advantage of Nigerian Super Eagles, because for me, this is what I feel. Brazil, their style of play is flair, primarily flair, although they have other things here, players with speed, cool. Spain, their primary attribute is tiki-taka, keeping possession of the ball. They have other attributes. They have players like Lamine Yamal that has flair and pace, but the primary style of Spain is keeping control of the ball, keeping possession of the ball, being always in charge, of the ball. And then the primary national attribute of Nigerian football, attacking football, is pace, electrifying pace. And once you have pace, you have a chance against any team, and you can set up in multiple ways against opposition. So for me, like I said, he's not the final product yet, but one thing is sure, he's got immense talent, he's got immense pace, and since he's been impressive for Flamingo, I think he's someone that can contribute right now to Nigerian Super Eagles, or even in the future. And one thing I want to point out, like I pointed out in a previous video yesterday, we're coming to the point where you're having players retire. You're having players coming towards the end of their, international careers with the Super Eagles. You're having likes of just Ekong that said, I'm retiring. This Nations Cup is my last Nations Cup, and most likely the next World Cup will be his last World Cup if and when Nigerian Super Eagles make it to, that World Cup. So you have to start planning for the future, in my opinion. And normally, each time you talk about a fresh face, there's always an excuse, which is if the player has dual nationality, they'll say, oh, we don't want to beg any player. The player must bow down to us and say he wants to play for Nigerian Super Eagles. Big excuse. If the player is maybe an 18-year-old wonder kid, what you will get is he's too young, and we don't want him near the squad. He's too young. He should play for the under-17s first. He should play for the under-20s first. Don't think everyone is Esther William. Don't think everyone is Lamine Yamal. While those guys are brilliant, exciting talents, I can guarantee you as well that in Nigeria, they are exciting talents as well. Players with dual nationalities are exciting talent as well. It's not just those who are definitely not eligible to play, for Nigeria, that you would term as, exciting generational talent. So I think Chelle is someone that should be looked at and integrated into the ecosystem of Nigerian football, especially with the likes of Samuel Chukwueze every now and again being, injured. So Chelle is one to look at. And then there's Emmanuel Uchebu. Emmanuel Uchebu plays for AS Tresin. Was in the Slovakian league, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And he's a left-footed right winger. That's what it always seems to be this time in this modern age. Once you're a winger, you've got backs of pace and skill, you always play on the opposite flank. So he's a left-footed right winger. And for me, I think you can't ever leave talent on the table for one, and you can never have too much talent because, like for instance, look at what Chelsea, for instance, are suffering this season. You know, Enzo Maresca felt like, oh, I have too many players. He let players go. He treated some players unfairly, and now so many injuries, and the options are limited. So similarly, with international football, with Nigeria, I don't want to hear we have someone Chukwueze. Yes, we do. He's good, and he's been trying recently. Especially, he was very good under Augustin Guavon. I don't want to hear we have Ademola Lookman. Of course, Ademola Lookman is a world class player in my opinion, but you need options, second, third, fourth options. You need options that you can have on standby. You can never ever have too much talent, in my opinion. So Manu Uchebu is another one to be on the lookout for, to keep your eyes out on. To whether it's my scout you want to use to scout it, or it's one football, or whichever sort of platform you use to do your scouting or watch football matches. Just keep your eyes out on for Emmanuel Uchebu. Now, this one player I want to talk about. But before I talk about him, please do subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell to be notified each time a video goes on the channel, whether it's a live video or a pre-recorded video such as this one. So you're notified when it comes on and you can watch. And so I want to talk about Sunday, Jude Sunday. Jude Sunday for me is a special talent, a special talent. I think I've talked about him on this channel before, but I don't think I can talk about him enough because he may not right now be, busting the headlines with 50, 60 goals, but there's an attribute he has that is so peculiar. He's so peculiar. He is 100% ambipedal. By that I mean he can use both foot in similar fashions. Because sometimes you see a player, he can cross the ball very well with his left foot, but can't shoot with the left foot, but can shoot very well with his right foot and can cross with the left foot. Then you have some other wingers that they just have, let's say, a right peg. That is their right leg. They don't even use it that much, but their left foot is very powerful. But Jude Sunday is ambipedal. He can use his left foot to shoot and to cross in the same fashion, with the same level of effectiveness, with the same power as his right foot. What that then means is that he can play on the right wing equally without the team he's playing for losing out at all on anything, on any quality or attribute. And he can play on the opposite wing as well without the team losing out on any of his on any attribute you expect from a winger. So, and he's pacey as well, super strong, and I think he's someone that should be looked at. It should be looked at. And some people say he plays for AS Dressing as well. People say, oh, but they play for AS Dressing, or they play for Flamingo. People don't get the fact. Many things that affect football. When you don't have narrative around you to put the spotlight on you, on the league you're playing in, you don't really have those big moves like that. That's why I keep saying it. The league management company, the Nigerian Football Federation, every other organization and body in charge of, media rights, commercial rights of, the Nigerian football, the Nigerian Premier Football League, the Nigerian grassroots football should do better, do the needful, do what you need to do to get, Nigerian football to a level where people can watch it all over the world, to improve its standard, to improve the storylines and narrative around Nigerian football. And when you do that, like I said, high tide raises all boats. It will give the players a better platform for scouts to watch and see them and scout them. Then you have your journalists and your pundits, having a higher platform to talk about players and can be identified as, the key resource persons with respect to certain players, in the Nigerian league. And as well, it can mean more money for the Nigerian Premier Football League because you have more players from outside, from different countries other than Nigeria, coming in to play in the MPFL, because it would be like a one-stop, destination for people that want to move on to Europe. And then what that means is that you have more high-level transfer fees coming in, and then your super talents get better moves and are even more noticeable. So for me, Jude Sunday is an excellent player. And I want to do a video where I'll be reacting to Jude Sunday. So I want to know if that would be interesting to you in the comment section. Let me know. I want to see, like, 20 comments in the comment section, and for that I will also want to see at least like, let's say 20 likes. 20 likes, and with that I would know that, yeah, that sort of video will be interesting to you, so I can do that reaction video. Because this channel, while it has my name on it, it's also your channel. I'd like to know what you think in the comment section, and I also want and I will also enjoy the fact that you like listening to what I have to say. So at this point, I've come to the end of this video rather, and I'll see you on yet another video. Do have a splendid rest of your day. Stay well and stay blessed. Bye bye.